Do you often find yourself procrastinating? It's a common issue that many of us face, and it's more than just a minor annoyance. Procrastination is a silent productivity killer that can lead to unnecessary stress and wasted time. It's that nagging feeling that keeps us from finishing tasks, pushing them off to some hypothetical future where we'll somehow have more time or be better equipped to handle them. But that future rarely comes, and instead, our tasks pile up, becoming a mountain of stress that looms over our everyday life. Procrastination can seep into all aspects of our lives, from work or school tasks to personal projects and even simple chores. It's a habit that can hinder our productivity, create unnecessary anxiety, and prevent us from achieving our goals. But it doesn't have to be this way. If you're tired of procrastinating and want to get things done, you're in the right place. But first, let's understand what exactly is procrastination. Procrastination is the act of delaying or postponing tasks or actions. It's that voice in your head that says, "I'll do it later," and then later becomes tomorrow, and tomorrow becomes next week. It's an all too familiar cycle for many of us. Now, why do people procrastinate? Well, there's no one-size-fits-all answer to this question because the reasons can be as varied as the individuals themselves. For some, it might be a fear of failure or perfectionism, where the anxiety of not doing a task perfectly prevents them from starting it in the first place. For others, it might be a lack of motivation or a feeling of overwhelm, with tasks seeming too big or too complex to tackle. Let's delve a bit deeper into the psychological aspects of procrastination. At its core, procrastination is an issue of self-regulation. When we procrastinate, we choose immediate gratification, like watching another episode of that addictive TV show, over long-term benefits, like finishing a project that's due next week. This is known as present bias, where we prioritize the present over the future. Another psychological aspect is the concept of cognitive dissonance, which occurs when our actions don't align with our values or goals. We might value hard work and punctuality, but when we procrastinate, we act in ways that contradict these values, causing discomfort and stress. Procrastination can also be a form of avoidance coping, where we avoid stressful situations by delaying them. This often exacerbates the stress we feel, creating a vicious cycle of avoidance and increasing anxiety. Understanding these psychological aspects is key to tackling procrastination. By recognizing the underlying causes, we can develop strategies to manage and overcome this habit. So to sum it up, procrastination is not just about being lazy or disorganized. It's a complex issue that involves our emotions, perceptions of self-worth, and our ability to regulate our actions. Now that we understand what procrastination is, we can start working on overcoming it. The first step in overcoming procrastination is recognizing it. This may seem obvious, but often we're not aware that we're procrastinating. We tell ourselves we're just taking a short break, or we need to do some more research before we start. But these are just excuses that keep us from getting things done. So, how do you recognize when you're procrastinating? Well, it's when you consistently put off tasks that you know are important. You might find yourself doing less important tasks, or constantly checking your phone or social media instead of focusing on the task at hand. You may even feel a sense of discomfort or unease when you think about the task you're avoiding. Recognizing your procrastination is essential. It's like shining a light on a shadowy figure in the corner. Once it's illuminated, you can see it for what it really is, a habit that's holding you back. Once you recognize your procrastination, you can start making changes. The second step is to prioritize your tasks. But where to begin? Let's dive into a couple of effective methods. One of them is the Eisenhower box, named after the 34th President of the United States. This method divides tasks into 4 categories: urgent and important, important but not urgent, urgent but not important, and neither urgent nor important. By arranging your tasks in this manner, you can easily identify where your attention needs to be focused. Another method is the ABCDE method. Each letter represents a degree of importance. A tasks are most critical, with the importance decreasing with each subsequent letter. This method allows you to rank tasks within each category, giving you an even more specific action plan. These are just 2 examples, but there are many ways to prioritize tasks. The key is to find a method that works best for you. By prioritizing your tasks, you can focus on what's important, and avoid procrastination. The third step is to use time management techniques. These techniques are your allies in the battle against procrastination. They provide structure and discipline, allowing us to make the most out of our time. The first strategy is the Pomodoro technique. This technique involves working for a set amount of time, typically 25 minutes, and then taking a short break of 5 minutes. After completing 4 Pomodoros, you take a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes. This technique helps maintain focus and prevents burnout. It's like running a marathon. You need to pace yourself to reach the finish line. Next, let's talk about time blocking. This technique involves dedicating specific blocks of time to accomplish particular tasks or activities. It's like making an appointment with yourself to get work done. By assigning a specific time slot for a task, you're acknowledging its importance and commitment to completing it. Plus, it helps you avoid multitasking, which can often lead to inefficiency and mistakes. Lastly, we have the 2-minute rule. This rule is incredibly simple, yet effective. If a task takes less than 2 minutes to complete, do it immediately. This rule helps clear out small tasks that can pile up and become overwhelming. It also harnesses the power of momentum. Once you start accomplishing tasks, no matter how small, you'll feel motivated to tackle larger tasks. These techniques encourage productive habits and discipline. They help you break down tasks into manageable chunks, prioritize effectively, and maintain focus. They are not just strategies, but lifestyle changes. It's not about working harder, but working smarter. Remember, time management is not about clock watching. It's about making the most of your time. It's about control. When you control your time, you control your life. Procrastination becomes less of an obstacle when you have a plan and the tools to execute it. With these time management techniques, you can manage your time more effectively and reduce procrastination. The journey to overcoming procrastination may be challenging, but with the right strategies, it's definitely achievable. It's time to take control, 1 minute at a time. The fourth step is to create a productive environment. Imagine a clutter-free workspace. No distractions, just you and your task. Sounds peaceful, doesn't it? That's because it is. Our environment plays a significant role in shaping our behavior. A disorganized workspace can lead to mental clutter, making it difficult to focus and easier to procrastinate. On the other hand, a clean, well-organized workspace encourages focus and productivity. It's like a blank canvas, waiting for you to start creating. You'll find it easier to concentrate, to dive into your work without the nagging urge to clean up first or the distraction of misplaced items. And it doesn't stop at physical cleanliness. Eliminate digital distractions as well. Close those unnecessary tabs, turn off those notifications, and create a digital environment that supports your productivity. Remember, your environment is a reflection of your mind. Make it productive and your mind will follow suit. A productive environment can greatly help in overcoming procrastination. So, these are the steps that can help you overcome procrastination. Let's do a quick recap. First, we've learned to recognize procrastination in its many forms. It's not just about putting off tasks. It can also be about avoiding difficult conversations or delaying decisions. By recognizing these patterns, we can begin to change them. Next, we've learned about the importance of prioritizing tasks. It's not enough to simply have a to-do list. We need to arrange our tasks in order of importance. This helps us focus on what truly matters and reduces the likelihood of falling into the procrastination trap. Then, we talked about using time management techniques. This can be as simple as setting a timer for 25 minutes of focused work, followed by a 5-minute break. This technique, known as the Pomodoro method, can help us break down larger tasks into manageable chunks. Remember, it's not about working harder, but working smarter. And last but not least, we've discussed the significance of creating a productive environment. This involves removing distractions, maintaining a clean workspace, and setting up a routine that supports productivity. Remember, our environment can significantly influence our behavior, so it's essential to set up a space that encourages us to stay on task. But it's also vital to remember that overcoming procrastination is not a one-time event. Like any other habit, it requires consistent effort and practice. It's about making small, sustainable changes to our behavior over time. So, don't be too hard on yourself if you slip up. Instead, use it as a learning experience. Ask yourself, what led to the procrastination? Was it a lack of motivation? Were you feeling overwhelmed? By understanding the root cause, you can take steps to prevent it from happening again. Remember, overcoming procrastination is a process, but with these steps, you can start making progress today. So let's get started. And remember, the best time to start is now.